guys, it's your girl Mkolorambane Ramaroms Nandebechiwono. I know it's been the longest time, but trust me, I'm back. I know my name is not Tato, but anywho, I'm back. So I guess maybe most of people are so surprised, or they've been asking themselves, where have I been? But I know I don't owe anyone an explanation. But yeah, December I had exams until, okay, let me just say until the 18th, and then I had to look for a place to stay this year because I'm no longer staying at Tres. And then I had to go home after that for like 3 weeks, and then connections and then data expenses at home. So yeah, like I couldn't shoot anything at home. And then coming back to orientations, now I have practicals, and also my publishing company has been demanding. Not that I'm complaining, but anywho, I'm back. Trust me, I'm back. So I know the last video it was spoken word. Yeah, spoken word. And then I promise that the next video that I'm gonna shoot, I'll be talking about how I was able to grieve. Was I even able to? But okay, yeah. So I think I know with the pandemic going on in South Africa, day by day people are losing their parents, their loved ones, like that. And I know it's honestly a tragedy and painful experience to go through as a person, right? So I feel like, okay, maybe firstly for me to, how can I say it, to actually give you an understanding of how grieving is difficult without even experiencing it, but just thinking about it, that it's either you're gonna be faced with a lot of things. The first week or the first day that you're gonna hear about the death of your loved one, or of whoever, firstly, you're not gonna believe it. There will be denial that, this person is still around. And then secondly, you can actually have anger issues depending on the relationship that you have with the person. It's either it was good or bad. Or for example, if you honestly had the best relationship with your parent or whoever passed on, and then someone now is trying to step in, but they are not them. That's the first thing. So that's where the anger issues will come from, that all this time you haven't been doing anything, but now because my father passed on or my mother passed on, now you're acting like you care, right? And then some of people even go through depression. They go through depression because they can't cope, like they don't understand, they're failing to come into terms with the passing on of the parent, right? And then lastly, I can say a bit by bit, you come to accept that it is what it is. This person is normal. He or she passed on, right? So it's actually one day at a time. There's a quote that I actually like so much that says, the dead ones are not dead to us until we forget them. And I always tell people that, there's no way that you will ever forget this person in your life, right? Like, you can make peace with it, but I feel like it's impossible to forget that they existed, right? Although maybe some people forget about you, but if they loved you, they will miss you. Maybe it's not gonna be every day, but they will miss you. So coming to my story about how I had to deal with my loss. So okay, before my father, there were funerals back home, right? But I feel like it wasn't something that honestly affected me, because as a child, there's a funeral, like you don't even know or understand what's going on. Because I think the first funeral that actually broke my heart, or like I could understand what was going on, is when my uncle passed on. That was in 2013. And then my father passed on 2016, right? So it was honestly a difficult thing to go through, honestly speaking. Um, and I mean now, the regrets of what I didn't do, what I could have done, what if, like, it was something that broke my heart, that okay, I wish I could have done this. I wish I could, I wish I, you see, so it was hectic. But I mean, what actually stood out in my family is like, from my mother's kids, because it's actually a big family, no one tried to act strong. We were all broken, that we could talk about everything. Like, there was no one trying to act strong and not confiding. We all sat down and then spoke about everything, that you know what, one, two, three, four, we all hating. So I feel like that's where we were, or maybe on my side, I was able to talk to my sisters and my mother. I didn't hide my emotions or what I was feeling at the moment, that you know what, this is affecting me. But I feel like, because already that was like November, I was in grade 11, grade 12, I was away from home, studying. And sometimes you just feel you avoid it because you don't want to face it or deal with it. But I mean, like, I feel like I always see, like, sometimes I feel like we all have that emotional blackmail, that whenever everything is not going right in your life, or even if it's going right, but like, there are those emotional days that everything just comes back to you, and then now you feel like you're not good enough. One, two, three has happened to you. So it was such thing that I would always remember my father. I will be sad, that will end up in crying. You get it? And that went on until, let me say, until this day. I still cry about it. You get it? Every year, on the day that he passed on, I'm very sad. I cry, but I feel like a year by year it becomes better. But sometimes during the year it happens that I'm sad, and then I think about him, or some days I just miss him a lot. You get it? But I don't really necessarily cry every time I miss him. Sometimes I just post his pictures or a post about him. So yeah. And I feel like something that really helped me to cope with everything is like, my uncles really stepped in and tried to to more like fill that void. And honestly speaking, they have been the greatest human beings. They have been doing everything for me. And yeah, I mean, like, I do miss him, but I mean, like, everyone close to me, they're doing their best to make me not feel like, what, I don't have a father. Like, at this moment, they're honestly completing the puzzle or the void that's in my heart. So sometimes I get a lot of questions, like, or I ask myself that, what, I think I haven't really lost a girlfriend or a boyfriend in my life. So I even ask myself that, in the world that we live in, that some of the parents, they don't even know that you're dating. So imagine, how do you cope with losing a partner? They don't know you, and the boyfriend or the girlfriend's place, your family doesn't know that you're dating. So how do you come about grieving about that specific person? But I feel like it's something that I still have to look at, and then if possible, it's something that I must be able to share with you guys on how to actually, deal with that certain issue. But there's no specific process or specific way that you can actually say that everyone have to grieve like this. People grieve differently, and that's okay, as long as at the end of the day we all come to accept that, the person passed on. This is the life that I'm faced with now. So my condolences to everyone who have lost their loved ones. It's either to COVID or whatsoever. I hope the Lord can actually mend your broken heart. Love and light to you and your family. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time.